Welcome to a podcast brought to you by the American Academy of Orthopedic Manual Physical Therapists. Our academy is a national organization committed to excellence in orthopedic manual physical therapy practice, education, and research, and we're here to explore a wide range of topics with you through interviews with content experts.
Hello, my name is Stephen Shaffer, and it's my pleasure to welcome back to the podcast Dr. Megan Donaldson. Dr. Donaldson is here in her capacity as the chairperson of the Academy's Conference Committee, and, as you will not be surprised to hear, she is joining us today to talk about the forthcoming 2022 AAOMPT Conference. Dr. Donaldson, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Oh, Stephen, thank you so much. I'm doing really well, thanks.
It is wonderful to hear that you're doing very well. And before we dive into the more conference-specific content, I think it's wise just to mention briefly that you and I are speaking on September 2nd, and that the conversation that we're having is going to go live in the podcast feed on the 8th. And while probably not a major deal, that point is perhaps important because if listeners want to see the most up-to-date information, they should always go to the AAOMPT website and check out the conference information that's available there. That having been said, let's tackle the main details, and we can start with what are the dates for this year's conference?
Absolutely. So, we always kick off with about a day and a half to 2 days for pre-conferences. So we start on October 26th, which is a Wednesday, through Thursday, October 27th for our pre-conferences. And then our main conference starts the afternoon of the 27th, which is a Thursday, and concludes around 12:30 on Sunday, October 30th.
That sounds like a wonderful time period and pretty consistent with the conference every year. And, while the date is consistent, as everyone is aware, the location changes. So where are we going to meet up this year for the conference?
Well, how about sunny San Diego, California? I think that sounds like a great location for our fall conference and our get-together. We were going to definitely take advantage of the outdoors as well as the beautiful hotel that we'll be staying at.
That does sound amazing. And although I kind of already mentioned this, let's just get the official answer from you. Is the conference schedule and all those details, is all of that content already available on the AAOMPT website?
Absolutely. If you go to aompt.org, Conference 2022, it will give you the full program, the virtual components, some details about registration. We have something new this year, which is a foundation cruise, hotel details regarding travel, and then we have some of our information with research all on that website. So it's a great resource for you. If something I say today resonates or you want to check it out further, that's the location to go to.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And if people are diving into that content, what type of things can they expect to see with respect to the format for this year's annual conference?
Stephen, I feel like you set me up for a beautiful home run right here. So for the audience, you guys should be aware that we typically have our pre-conferences, obviously the first day and a half, but we have tried to really reimagine what the AAOMPT conference could look like to inspire you. We wanted to have more speakers. And so this is the Inspire Conference. It has a little bit more of a theme because we really wanted to kind of kick up not just our traditional annual conference, but do something different with this platform. We are still hybrid this year, so we have some online components, virtual components, and we have our in-person components as well. This year, we will have some of our traditional keynote speakers, but we're also going to have something called keynote briefs, where those are 30-minute keynote speakers, again, a little bit more focused topics. And we still have our main stage speakers that are serving as PTI, which are physical therapy innovators this year as well. We have our panels, and we always have our breakout sessions, which are a result of people submitting topics that are reviewed by the conference committee for things that we feel that our audience would really want to look at. This might be the areas of sports and manual therapy combined. This may be pelvic health and manual therapy combined. We even have some COVID-related topics, motivational interviewing. We have a lot of really great topics slated throughout our programming as breakout sessions. So we think that the audience will find something that they will truly enjoy whether it's a Thursday afternoon or a Sunday morning. We think it's a great slate.
You mentioned keynote speakers. Who can we expect to see on the stage this time around?
Yes, I think you will be very excited to know we have some featured speakers that we're excited to share. So we have Dr. Chad Cook, who is no stranger to our AAOMPT stage. Specifically this year, he has taken on a couple new initiatives that we're excited to share with our AAOMPT body. And he is always a great contributor to the manual therapy evidence. So one of our key topics this year for all of our keynotes is really inspire, and how do we use manual therapy in the next iteration of our profession? The next speaker that we have invited is Jill Cook, where she is not a traditional manual therapist. She is excellent in the musculoskeletal health and obviously recovery for tendinopathy. So, again, she's done quite a bit with tendon pathology and treatment options, which is not just exercise alone. We also have Christine Gertz. This is the first time that we've had a non physical therapist, but rather a doctor of chiropractic. And she is a professor at the musculoskeletal research at the Duke Clinical Research Institute. She is a vice chair for spine health innovations, and she's pretty impressive. So we're really excited to share with you a multidisciplinarian type person in manual therapy, but Christine Gertz is a doctor of chiropractic. Also, Dr. Greg Kowchuk, he is also a full professor, and he is a doctor of chiropractic. He is part of the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, and he has been practicing for 15 years, focusing in this multidisciplinary type of setting. His research is impressive, and he is an incredibly collaborative individual. So we're excited to welcome him as part of our keynote stage. We also have Dan Rohn, who is a brief speaker, and he's going to speak to some of his manual therapy studies that he's been doing as well, especially specific to some of the osteoarthritis groups and some of the military research he has been involved in. Outside of our main stage, we have a great opportunity to have Professor Lori Hartman return to us at AAOMPT. It's been some time, but he is going to offer a pre-conference, and we're really excited to offer that time. And then he will also serve as some of the opportunity as a panelist. And last but definitely not least, we have Sharon Dunn, who's going to show up on Thursday evening to welcome us to our ceremonial event. She is a plenary speaker who's going to speak about leadership and really inspiring the group to take the steps forward in leading the profession. So I think, Stephen, we have a pretty good lineup this year.
I would say that lineup definitely sounds amazing. And I know you already mentioned the Foundation Cruise as a new component, but correct me if I'm wrong. I looked at the schedule. It looks like you've banned all other social events. So this is strictly going to be an educational content conference, correct?
Never. We have all kinds of other things going on, of course, and I'm happy to speak to those too. But this specific FOMPT cruise is the Foundation for OMPT, and it is a fundraiser, but it is a wonderful opportunity if people are around on Wednesday evening for a sunset cruise in the San Diego Harbor. We're going to be on a dream yacht. So we're pretty excited, and there's definitely some information on the website if you're interested in that. Tickets do have to be purchased in advance. But then if you take a look at some of the other items on our schedule, I think you will find we have a lot of really exciting things starting Thursday night, where we have a fellowship ceremony and then we have a welcome reception available. We have on Friday evening, we have a traditional Friday night reception and poster presentation. So again, you kind of get to hang out and see some of the best research that we've had in terms of our posters. We have affinity groups that meet up. So again, based on the different areas, whether that's DEI or whether that's some of the fellowship groups that have had the opportunity to work together, we provide some time there. And then, of course, in our typical AAOMPT fashion, we have our Friday night fun night where we're going out and we're doing a networking event. This used to be called the pub crawl, but we're really going to explore San Diego, and we look forward to providing that opportunity. And then lastly, on Saturday evening, of course, we have to have our party. And so we are going to do San Diego under the stars. And this is going to be an outside party reception, and it is fun and it is music filled, and beverages are available for purchase. We also have food available, not for purchase, but that we provide. So I hope that if you can't find something just educationally to do, but you definitely can come for the networking pieces. They're plentiful throughout the conference schedule.
Well, thank you for clarifying my obvious mistake there. And for the record, it all sounds amazing. I know I'm very much looking forward to the conference, which is always one of my favorite events of the calendar year. So again, thank you for all the efforts that you help with in terms of getting the Academy to a location and facilitating all of us to both learn and have fun.
Absolutely. It is my pleasure. And Stephen, this is my last conference. So after 8 years, I figure we might as well go out with the biggest bang that we can. So I look forward to seeing everyone at the Inspire conference for AAOMPT in San Diego here in October. And certainly the resources available online, and always our AAOMPT office staff is incredible for anyone with specific questions.
Perfect. Thank you for that bit of information. And quite frankly, it'll be sad to see you go. I know you said you've been doing this for 8 years, but don't take this the wrong way. It feels more like 28 years because you've just been at the head of the helm for so long. And I'm sure you'll have a great successor and we'll continue to have great conferences in the future.
Absolutely, we will. But we're excited for this new platform this year to share and hopefully inspire the generations for AAOMPT and manual therapy to just have an excellent future.
Well, Dr. Donaldson, thank you for coming on the podcast again to share with our audience what this year's conference is going to look like.
Thank you, Stephen, for having me.
This has been a production of the American Academy of Orthopedic Manual Physical Therapists. You can learn more about the Academy by visiting our website at AAOMPT.org. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for our acronym AAOMPT. The views and opinions expressed on the AAOMPT podcast are those of the interviewers and interviewees and do not represent the official position of AAOMPT. The information presented should not be used as personal healthcare or clinical practice advice. If you need to find an expert orthopedic physical therapist near you, then check out the Find a Fellow feature under the Public Resources tab at www.AAOMPT.org, which you can find in the show notes.